What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Madonna. We're going back to her 1989 album, Like a Prayer. I did just want to mention, being sick for about a week sort of threw off my regular reactions, and then since I've come back, I've been trying to catch up on some even more outstanding reactions while trying to get back with some that were cut off right before or were about to be shot right before I got sick. So bottom line, Madonna reactions eventually will gravitate back to Monday, but for the time being, I'm just trying to catch up on everything, and it's convenient to do certain reactions and batches together. So yeah, bottom line, eventually these will return to Monday, but for the time being, I'm just sort of winging it. In any case, the next tune on Like a Prayer, 1989, sorry, Luca, is Oh Father. Now, when I reacted to the last track, I think, misunderstood, and I thought the last track was going to be a return to the more, let's say, serious and personal. And while the last tune might have been personal, it was obviously much lighter and a very sweet tune, people pointed out to me, written for the daughter of one of her producers. But if I read comments that time around correctly, I do think this track will represent a return to more personal material, not necessarily sadder. I don't think I read anything to that effect, but they did say this song will perhaps represent a return to the slightly more serious. Either way, it's Oh Father, so my immediate thought is it could be about her own father, which, you know, we've heard bits and pieces of in previous tracks. Knowing that she grew up in a Catholic environment, I suppose Oh Father could be a religious understanding of that, so I do wonder, you know, and to be fair, it could be operating on multiple levels, or, you know, a specific example, but with principles or lessons that can be extrapolated more widely. Either way, let's find out what it actually is. This is Madonna, the tune is Oh Father, and it's from her 1989 album, Like a Prayer. It has that, like, tinny, like, old phonograph or... like film worthy.
It's funny that way. You can get used to the tears and the pain. What a child will believe. You never loved me. You can't turn me down. I got away from you.
like these deep bass chords. I don't know if they were piano like lower end, but these deep bass chords just like pulsing through the tune. But admittedly, that one sonically, as amazing as it was, it had to take a back seat to the themes and the lyrics, because it like I sort of got a sense of what was happening very quickly. And just shout out to Madonna, like putting your personal vulnerability and your pain and your personal family tragedies out to the world, and to sort of work through them with a piece of art that perhaps many others who've gone through similar things, or been in families with abusive relationships, can identify with, and can find some sense of solace in, or appreciation for, like, oh, there's other people who've been through what I've been through. So big shout out to Madonna on this one for the bravery of putting very personal and painful experiences unambiguously, clear as day, into a tune like this. And the way she sung some of the parts, it's people again mentioned it's very personal, and wow, you were not wrong. So yeah, again, now the sonics, I absolutely loved it, including especially that kind of electronic, like dreamy section sort of in the middle, almost like a bit of an ambient feel, as well as the orchestral or like classical style sonics that were accentuated in that, as well as the opening. Though again, in the opening, it was sort of like covered over, kind of like it was an oldie-timey movie, or again like an old phonograph record, or like a shellac perhaps, where it's like it's a bit grainy and muffled, but it gives it, at least to the ears of some, a sort of nostalgic, like vintage type of sound. So I really enjoyed the composition, but as I said, perhaps anomalous to regularly, where I try my best to keep up with themes, but the things that really stick out and I'm like competent, or like comfortable I should say, talking about afterward, they tend to be the sonics. But here it was flipped around, because the story was hitting me, and the idea that, like, I hope I live long enough that one day I can look back and say, hey, like, I know you probably didn't really mean to hurt me, despite the fact that you were cruel, and despite the fact that I had to get away from you, and the brutality of what we went through was something that no one should experience. And maybe someone hurt you too, and it's like we get the pain of what happened, we get the emotional impact over time, but we also get the wizened, like, older narrator of the song saying, as best as possible, I'd like to think that this is a product of your own struggles and your own pain, and it wasn't just capricious cruelty. So yeah, a very personal tune, and one I think very cleverly crafted, both lyrically and sonically. Also, this is the first reaction to this batch. I was like, when you do a big batch of reactions, sometimes when you get a really heavy one early on, it's like, oh man, am I going to be able to do like all these videos? Now I'm going to have this song on my mind. So shout out to Madonna. We'll see if it hopefully can not affect how many videos I end up doing. But like I said, this is a heavy one for the first reaction in this batch. So in any case, from a very sleepy Luca and I, let me know what you think of this one, and I will see you next time. Peace.